The first hour of your day determines the next 23. And right now, while you're watching this, there's someone with half your talent and twice your obstacles who's already winning because of what they did this morning. The question is, what did you do? Welcome back to Mindset Master. Today we're breaking down the 5 morning habits that separate successful people from everyone else. These aren't productivity hacks or trendy routines. These are battle-tested rituals used by billionaires, elite athletes, and world changers. And here's the truth that most people don't want to hear. Success isn't about working harder, it's about starting smarter. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact blueprint to transform your mornings and ultimately your entire life. Let's get into it. Habit number 1, own your first thought. Here's something most people never consider. The average person checks their phone within 7 minutes of waking up. 7 minutes. That means before their feet even hit the floor, they've already handed control of their mind to notifications, emails, and other people's agendas. Successful people do the opposite. They protect their first thought like it's sacred ground. Consider this story. A young entrepreneur was struggling, working 18-hour days, burning out, getting nowhere. Then a mentor gave him one piece of advice. For the first 30 minutes of every day, your mind belongs to you. No phone, no news, no input from the outside world. He resisted at first. The anxiety was real. What if he missed something important? But he committed anyway. Within 3 months, his productivity doubled. Within a year, his company was profitable, not because he worked more hours, but because he started each day from a position of power instead of reaction. Here's the science behind it. Your brain operates in different wave states. When you first wake up, you're in a theta state, which is highly suggestive and creative. Whatever you feed your mind in those first moments programs your subconscious for the entire day. So when you immediately scroll social media, you're programming yourself with comparison, anxiety, and distraction. But when you choose your first thought intentionally, whether it's gratitude, a goal, or a powerful affirmation, you're programming yourself for focus and success. Starting tomorrow, try this. Before you reach for your phone, take 3 deep breaths and ask yourself one question. What is the most important thing I will accomplish today? Own that first thought. It's more powerful than you realize. Habit number 2, move before you think. There's a reason every top performer, from Navy SEALs to Fortune 500 CEOs, prioritizes morning movement, and it has nothing to do with six-pack abs. Let me tell you about a study from the University of British Columbia. Researchers found that regular aerobic exercise actually increases the size of your hippocampus, the brain region responsible for memory and learning. But here's the part they don't put in the headlines. The timing matters enormously. Exercise in the morning floods your brain with BDNF, which stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Scientists call it miracle grow for the brain. It literally helps your neurons grow and connect. This means your ability to learn, solve problems, and make decisions is dramatically enhanced for hours after morning movement. Now I know what some of you are thinking. I don't have time for a full workout. Good news, you don't need one. Richard Branson, who runs over 400 companies, wakes up at 5 a.m. to play tennis or kite surf, but he started with just 20 minutes. Tim Cook, Apple's CEO, is in the gym by 5 a.m. every single day, but he started with just walking on a treadmill. The habit isn't about intensity, it's about consistency and timing. Here's what happens when you move first thing in the morning. Your cortisol levels, which are naturally elevated when you wake up, get channeled productively instead of turning into anxiety. Endorphins kick in, giving you a natural mood boost. Your metabolism ignites, giving you sustained energy, and your confidence builds because you've already accomplished something before most people have opened their eyes. One executive shared this insight. The days I work out in the morning, I feel like I can conquer anything. The days I skip, I spend the whole day playing catch-up with my own energy. You don't need to run a marathon, 10 minutes of stretching, 20 jumping jacks, a walk around the block. The movement itself is secondary. What matters is that you're telling your body and mind, we are not passive participants in this life. We are active creators. Move first, think later, watch your entire day transform. Habit number 3, feed your mind before your stomach. Think about this. You would never put cheap, contaminated fuel in a luxury car, yet most people wake up and immediately consume mental junk food, negative news, gossip, mindless scrolling. Successful people understand that the mind is the most sophisticated machine ever created, and what you feed it in the morning determines its performance for the rest of the day. Warren Buffett famously spends 80% of his day reading, but more importantly, he starts every morning with it, not checking stocks, not reviewing portfolios, reading, learning, expanding his mind before making a single business decision. Oprah Winfrey begins each day with spiritual reading and journaling. She's said in interviews that this practice is non-negotiable because it centers her before the chaos of her empire demands attention. But let's talk about something deeper. There's a concept called priming in psychology. Your brain is constantly looking for evidence to support whatever beliefs and information you've recently consumed. When you start your day with news about disasters and conflicts, your brain spends the rest of the day looking for problems, threats, and negativity. But when you start your day with wisdom, inspiration, or education, your brain actively looks for opportunities, solutions, and growth. This isn't positive thinking nonsense. This is neuroscience. Here's a practical framework, the 20-20-20 rule. Spend the first 20 minutes of input on something educational, a podcast, an audiobook, a course, then 20 minutes on something inspirational, quotes, biographies, success stories, then 20 minutes on something practical, planning, strategy, skill development. One entrepreneur who went from bankruptcy to building an 8-figure business credits this single habit. He said, I spent years feeding myself garbage every morning and wondering why my life looked like a landfill. The moment I got intentional about my mental diet, everything changed. Now, I'm not saying you need to read for an hour every morning. Start with 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Even listening to a powerful audiobook during your morning routine counts. The point is this: what enters your mind first thing in the morning becomes the lens through which you view your entire day. Choose that lens wisely. Feed your mind before you feed your stomach. The results will speak for themselves. Habit number 4, eat the frog. This phrase comes from a quote often attributed to Mark Twain. If it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And if it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first. The frog represents your most challenging, most important task, the thing you're most likely to procrastinate on, and successful people devour it before anything else can get in the way. Here's why this works. Willpower is a finite resource. Studies show that your self-control and decision-making ability are strongest in the morning and deplete throughout the day. This is called ego depletion. By noon, you've made thousands of micro decisions. What to wear, what to eat, how to respond to emails. Each decision drains your mental battery, so if you save your hardest task for later, you're attacking it with depleted resources. Successful people flip this equation. They identify their frog the night before and attack it first thing, when their willpower is at maximum capacity. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same style clothes every day. Why? To eliminate a decision. He wants every ounce of his morning decision-making power aimed at problems that actually matter. One best-selling author, who was a struggling writer for years, shared this transformation. He used to spend his mornings answering emails, attending meetings, and handling administrative tasks. By the time he sat down to write, which was his actual job, he was mentally exhausted. His writing suffered. His career stagnated. Then he flipped the script. He started writing the moment he finished his morning routine. No email, no calls, no meetings before noon. Within 18 months, he'd written 3 books and landed a major publishing deal. The same hours, the same effort, radically different results, all because of when he tackled his most important work. So, here's your assignment. Tonight, before you go to bed, identify your frog. What's the one task that would make the biggest difference if you completed it? What are you most likely to avoid? Write it down, and tomorrow morning, after your movement and mind-feeding ritual, attack it immediately. No negotiation, no excuses. Eat the frog while your willpower is still strong. This single habit has built empires. It can build yours too. Habit number 5, practice gratitude like your life depends on it. Now, I know gratitude might sound soft compared to the other habits, but don't be fooled. This is the foundation that makes everything else work. Here's what research shows. Gratitude physically rewires your brain. A study from UC Berkeley found that practicing gratitude increases activity in the medial prefrontal cortex, which is associated with learning, decision-making, and emotional regulation. Over time, gratitude actually makes you smarter and more emotionally resilient. But there's something even more powerful happening. When you practice gratitude in the morning, you're training your brain to look for things to appreciate throughout the entire day. You're literally shifting your reticular activating system, which is the part of your brain that filters what you notice, from scarcity to abundance. And here's the thing about success. It's hard to build something great when you're constantly focused on what's wrong, what's missing, and what you don't have. Gratitude flips that focus. Tony Robbins starts every morning with a 10-minute gratitude ritual. He doesn't just think about what he's grateful for. He feels it. He steps into it. He lets it fill his entire body. The practice doesn't have to be complicated. Write down 3 specific things you're grateful for, not vague concepts like family or health. Specific moments. I'm grateful my daughter laughed at breakfast yesterday. I'm grateful for the client who trusted me with their project. I'm grateful my body carried me through another workout. Specificity creates emotional depth, and emotional depth creates transformation. One veteran who struggled with severe depression after returning from combat credits morning gratitude with saving his life. He said, "I was stuck in a loop of everything I'd lost, everything that was broken. When I started writing down 3 good things every morning, it didn't fix everything overnight, but it gave me something to hold on to. It reminded me that even in the darkness, there's light somewhere." Gratitude isn't about ignoring problems. It's about building the mental strength to solve them. If this message resonated with you, hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. Every week, MindsetMaster delivers content designed to rewire your thinking and upgrade your life. Drop a comment below with the number of the habit you're committing to start tomorrow. Number 1 for owning your first thought. Number 2 for morning movement. Number 3 for feeding your mind. Number 4 for eating the frog. Number 5 for gratitude. When you comment, you're not just engaging with a video, you're making a public commitment, and public commitments are proven to increase follow-through. So claim your habit. Let this community hold you accountable. Here's the truth that separates winners from everyone else. Everyone has the same 24 hours. Everyone faces obstacles. Everyone has moments of doubt. The difference isn't talent. It isn't luck. It isn't who you know. The difference is what you do when no one is watching. It's the choices you make in those quiet morning hours when the world is still asleep and your future is being written. The 5 habits we discussed today aren't complicated. They don't require money, special equipment, or unusual circumstances. They only require one thing: the decision to become the kind of person who does them. And that decision, it starts tomorrow morning. Actually, no. It starts tonight when you set your alarm, put your phone across the room, and decide that you're done being average. The world is full of people who know what to do. The successful ones actually do it. Which one will you be? Until next time, remember, Your mindset is your superpower. Master it. Morning routine. Successful people, morning habits for success, daily habits of millionaires, how to wake up early, productive morning routine, success habits, mindset motivation, self-improvement, morning routine 2024, habits of highly successful people, eat the frog technique, morning gratitude practice, motivational video, personal development habits, morning ritual transformation. Discover the 5 morning habits that separate successful people from everyone else. In this powerful motivational video, MindsetMaster reveals the exact morning routines used by billionaires, elite athletes, and world changers to dominate their days and achieve extraordinary success. Learn why owning your first thought protects your mental power, how moving before thinking supercharges your brain, and why feeding your mind before your stomach transforms your entire perspective. Master the Eat the Frog technique to maximize willpower and discover how morning gratitude rewires your brain for abundance. These aren't trendy hacks. They're battle-tested rituals backed by neuroscience and proven by high performers worldwide. Whether you're an entrepreneur, student, or anyone seeking transformation, these morning habits will upgrade your life starting tomorrow. Subscribe for weekly mindset content. Comment which habit you'll start tomorrow. Save this video for your morning motivation. Script duration, approximately 9 to 10 minutes when read at natural pace.